nothing at you. Don't you worry, Jack. You know I got your back. How you doing, Prime?
Blaster. Oh, shit.
Hello there, Starstream back for a Transform review. Seems to be ages since I've done one of these actually, so I'll get on with it. I won't talk about nothing for too long. I'll talk about the toy instead. And here it is, it's Blaster. As you can probably see, and like probably a lot of you do know, is completely out of proportion to all the other Autobots. I mean, comparatively speaking, Optimus Prime's up to about here on him. Well, he was from another toy line. I think it was Toy Shack or something along the Toy Stack, Tandy's, Maplin, something along those lines, released this, and I think it was a darker blue at the time with white. Now, obviously, Transform, all their toys have been nicked off another toy line, and here we have Blaster. That's why he's so out of proportion. But you've got to love the character Blaster. Now, he arrives in Season 2 of Transformers in Dinobot Island. Now, this is quite interesting for the fact that he just appears. You just take it for granted that Blaster's always been there and always will. Like so many of the original Transformers, one minute they're not there and the next minute they are. And he's one of them. But he's quickly established as a very entertaining, charismatic character. He's very reminiscent of Jazz because he loves Earth culture and he likes that really twatty music that Jazz does in it. It's supposed to be rock music. It doesn't sound like rock music to me. It sounds like a noise. No wonder it upsets Prime so much because it's an absolute horrible abomination of music. But he apparently loves it. He talks in rhyme. Very, very annoying, I find that. Or what is it? Those irritating lines he has. We say it in time and where we rhyme. I don't know. I can't rhyme. Oh goodness, I won't even ever try doing that again. He does something along those lines anyway, you get the general gist of it. And this is how his character develops through the show. Now, when he appears in Season 2, there was no cassette tapes for him. And the cassette tapes wouldn't come or be introduced into the movie. So, the whole of Season 2, he's got the option, obviously, of having cassettes, but he hasn't got any to put in there. So, he's out of luck. So, they appear in the movie. I think it's Steeljaw, Ram Horn, Rewind and Eject. Now, just a quick comparison, I will show them to you. I don't know which is Rewind and... oh dear, I can't remember which is which actually. But there they are, look. They're rather nice, poseable little characters in their own right. But yeah, if you can get these, they're pretty hard to come by. The Autobot ones, because there's less of them, you'll find they're hard. And sometimes they have gold weapons and they're even more sought after. I've only got one gold gun, so I keep that out of the way. And this is Steeljaw and Ramhorn. Rewind and Eject, that was. Sorry, I didn't say the names. Well, it's pretty obvious to get which one is Ramhorn and Steeljaw. And obviously it's a sort of rhinoceros and cat type panther thing. But there we go. They've all got their own characters. I'm not going into the character of them. I'm talking about Blaster. Now, he has a good run. He's in Season 3. He just carries on. He's in the Headmasters. Very well developed in that. But I'll get onto that in just a sec. Let me just talk about his comic run briefly. He has a very good comic run. He's drawn slightly different. He's in a very early comic run in the UK universe. Anyway, I'm not so sure about the American ones. He does lead from time to time. Obviously not over Optimus Prime, but he's usually kept in command of a contingent or he's left on Earth. He has a few run-ins with Grimlock. He has an argument with him, for want of a better word. He fights Straxus and gets pushed into a warp hole, the wormhole, or the space bridge, something along those lines it was, and it disembodies Straxus. So after that, he's just a disembodied head. And we have Blaster to thank for that. What a nice guy. So that's Blaster in the comic run. He's very good, and you think he's dead, but he comes back later on. And there's a lot of this to and fro with the Time Wars stuff, so I won't go down into that. It's getting very confusing. I'll have to do a separate review of that story on its own, then it will make a lot more sense. But needless to say, he has a good run and he's a real popular fan favourite. Now, I said he's in the Headmasters, he is, but he dies pretty damn quick. I think it's the second or third episode in the show. He has a one-on-one fight, quite brutal actually, with Soundwave, and he dies. He falls over. If I recall, he goes black. I think he goes black and like Optimus Prime does. I can't remember. But he dies, needless to say. So you think he's dead and that's gone. He's not back in the show. He comes back. And he comes back and he looks kind of snazzy. Twincast. Okay, so this is the latest variant. Now, it's like Sound Blaster. He has the room, if it will eject. No, it doesn't eject. What a sod. Right, hey, I was pressing the wrong button. For 2 cassettes, as opposed to the old one, which only had room for 1. Just like Sound Blaster. The colour scheme is very nice. He's quite hard to come by. There's a reissue one of him as well. If you want to get the original one, I'm going to tell you, you'll be paying an absolute fortune for him. So if you get the reissue one, please, it is a lovely toy. And he's still got the gun. Unlike, I haven't got the gun for my original one, but that's exactly the same gun, except his one's red. And the original was black. He comes with his own little recoloured eject, I think it is. Very snazzy colour scheme. Look at the weapons on that. Rather nice. I'd look out for that on its own. It's a lovely little toy. Anyway, so here's a quick rundown of Blaster. A very, very well developed character. Now, just a few things quickly to point out for the toy if you're looking for it. They have a tendency to snap the ears. This is a replacement head. I just brought the head because my one had his ears snapped off. I don't know why you'd snap them off, but they were snapped off. So I replaced the head. And I tried to replace this because it's buggered inside in some way. This is a common problem with blasters. They never eject. Ugh, struth. You can't even force it open. So yeah, most blasters have that problem. You can't open them up. There we go. Right, that's Blaster, and I really quite like the character, as I've said before. So look out for that one. Anyway, so that's me, that's Starscream. Just a quick review of Blaster. I hope it was some interest to you. I try and make good on doing some more reviews. I've been very busy. I've had a lot of things on recently, but that's no excuse. I will try to keep them coming. Any suggestions of things you might like me to do a review? Try and see what I can do if I get the time, alright? But there you go, that's just me. That's Starscream. Signing off. Say goodbye to Blaster. And see you all out there. Take care.
Blaster, you'll hang out with me.
Right on, Prime.
Rodimus, I want to have a word with you.